Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria has reported that the overwhelming majority of Nigerian firms identify high energy costs, particularly fuel, as a leading cause of rising inflation in the country. This was disclosed in their May 2025 inflation expectations survey. You can see right there, energy was in first place. So 90.8% of respondents said energy was the top contributor to inflation. Exchange rate was second, transportation third, interest rates fourth, insecurity fifth, and then raw material input costs were sixth. Now, it's not just firms that are facing these cost increases. Households and individuals are facing them as well. I mean, you've got salaries under pressure. There is, of course, the need for an emergency fund. Those dwindling. There's a rising importance of side hustles. People need to be able to make money on the side to be able to support their needs and wants as well. And then, of course, while you're chasing all these side hustles, there is the work-life balance side of the equation. So joining us to discuss further, happy to have Oluchukwu Chiadika, who is with us, founder of Your Personal Finance Girl. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you here. So look, there's the investor side of the conversation and then the household side. We just had a treasury bill auction yesterday, big demand for the 364-day bill. I think it was 1 trillion or 1.2 trillion, chasing after 350 billion. You've got the exchange rates unifying. Investors are loving it, but there seems to be another, narrative coming from households and individuals. So for your clients, the people who come to you for personal finance service, what are households and individuals, I guess, saying about the cost of living?
So while the economic indicator is saying everything is going on well,
yeah.
These bills till bills are being subscribed to and all of that.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing from people at the background,
yeah.
their monies are being stretched.
Yeah.
Food is not as affordable as it used to be.
Right.
There's transportation, there's rent, everything keeps going up. So there's still a lot more people who are struggling to make ends meet.
Right.
Because it's not as easy as the numbers on the screen are making it look.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, now, so with that in mind, since you are giving people personal finance every time on how to save money and invest, how do you do that? How can you save and invest in this current environment where prices are rising?
I'm not going to lie. It's not easy. It is not easy at all. You have to be very, very intentional for you to even be able to save anything. But one thing I always love to advise people is that you want to build the habit.
Right.
So when things eventually get better for you, because everybody in Nigeria literally has the hustle culture. You want to do one extra thing, you want to make extra cash here, right? So you want to build the habit, even if it's 5,000, if it's 10,000, just to ensure that at the end of the day, you're able to keep something away. Because there's also the factor of life where there could be emergencies.
Right.
What would always do, we cover ourselves with the blood of Jesus and all. There is the situation where we're asking, when exactly is this emergency going to come?
Right.
It's not whether if it will come, because the gen could go broken, the job loss, hospitals, there's so many things that could happen to anybody at any time. So that is one of the reasons why, even though it's a bit difficult, even though it will stretch you, you want to build the habit of saving and investing. And one way to do that would be you trying to understand yourself and building structures around yourself, not around the economy, because you cannot wait for the economy to get better before you start doing things that are good for you.
Excellent point. So you have to just see your habits, how you live and everything, and then structure the savings and investment around that. You were mentioning an emergency. We don't know, no one knows where the next emergency is going to happen. So can you speak to the importance of an emergency fund, having an emergency fund and how to build that?
Okay, so an emergency fund, simply put, is that money that's going to save you when something you do not plan happens, right? Yeah. And it typically comprises of you trying to keep your most essential expense, probably your most essential expense for the month will cost you 100K. You want to have a minimum of 3 months worth of that expense. So you need to have like 300K to 600K stashed up somewhere. It could be a high yield savings account. It could be a money market fund. It should be somewhere that is easily accessible so that when you have need for that money, 72 hours, 3 days, you're able to pull it out and make use of it. So how do you do that? You know the numbers, you do the math, you spread it out around the number of months you think you can afford to hit that target. So it doesn't mean that, oh, because you have an emergency fund target of 300K, you have to hit it in 1 month, you have to hit it in 3 months or 6 months. You're going to spread it out as much as possible so that whenever there's a need for you to make that emergency purchase, you know that, okay, there's one money that's going to help me out, and then I would top it up over and over again.
Okay, so then that now brings into focus the conversation around incomes, because anyone listening to you is like, Oluchukwu, how am I going to, raise this amount of money or save over time? So side hustles, right? That's also been, a lot of young people talk about it, and, how, with people needing to make more money, what is the approach to side hustles from your vantage point? Okay,
so I will start from you understanding yourself, right? Because you don't even know how much more money you need. Because some people think that they need more money, you just need discipline. So for those that need to cross that out, first thing, then when it comes to you doing a side hustle, you need to start from within. You need to understand yourself. What is that thing that people around you have been asking you to do? Is it to bake? Is it to make a flyer? Is it to read a document? Is it to run errands? Oh, you're very good with shopping. Is it to help them purchase something? You want to look around what you're very good at and test the waters. Start small. Oh, I want to explore this part. I want to become a personal shopper. Do you want me to help you get anything? This is my service charge. I'll do it within my spare time. You're good. So you want to check within yourself and find that thing that would work for you and test. You don't need a lot of money to start a side hustle. You just need to find out what your market around you, what is that valuable thing you can give to people around you that will make them exchange money with you. So it could be anything, but you need to start from you, understanding what you can give, and then asking. If it doesn't work, you can always rinse and repeat. In fact, in Nigeria, we have what's called, everybody is doing like 55 things at the same time. So you want to know what is that thing that you can contribute to other people that will make them happy enough to give you their money.
Makes sense, makes sense. Now to link that, because we've talked about an emergency fund, we talked about how salaries are getting squeezed, and so this is a stressful environment, right? And so I'm trying to think about somebody who has, either a family or they're trying to take care of themselves, they have their job, it may not be paying them off, they have to get a side hustle. Mental health and work-life balance. How is that even part of the conversation when everybody's running around trying to make ends meet? How do you still balance that? Is it still important to maintain that?
So balance will be different for everybody. Yeah. I personally like to say balance is a myth because at the end of the day, some things will have to suffer for the others. Let's not use the word suffer. That sounds bad, right? But when it comes to you trying to juggle everything together, you want to also prioritize yourself. You see that money that all of us are running after? If you're not in good health, you will not enjoy it.
Doesn't matter.
You see that money you're running after? If you do not have stability, if you're not mentally, if you're burnt out, you're not going to enjoy it. So you want to have some days where you will sleep throughout the night. Please, sleep throughout the night. Yeah. You have some days where, okay, maybe you want to go to the spa, you want to see a movie, you want to just do room service, right? So you want to prioritize you in all of this, and that would help you to find some sort of balance. And I know how busy and Nigeria can get, how you want to do a lot of things at the same time. But remember that if you are not healthy enough to enjoy that money, then there's no need. Yeah. The chaos is too much. To prioritize you from time to time, rest well. Sleep is important, rest is important. Yeah. So in all of this, ensure that you prioritize those.
Okay, great. Now, look, this is why we brought you on the show. Fantastic advice. But I do want to remind you of the last time we saw you, which was in February, where we had our Valentine's Day special. And I mean, with I want to remind you of what you said about the financial pressures men are facing, because you did say that, well, listen, if you find a good woman, she will reciprocate. But you did kind of acknowledge that men are facing financial pressures. And there was also the conversation around the girlfriend allowance. So let's play what you said that back in February.
Let me speak for the women. There's still like 70-80% of women that still go all out to get gifts. So while there is the general assumption that, oh, men are under pressure to get gifts, give gifts, I still think that women reciprocate, especially, see, if you find a woman that likes you,
right, you're blessed.
You're going to enjoy, because you would always get gifted, especially when this person knows that is your love language.
Okay. So, amid everything we've talked about, are you still a supporter of the girlfriend allowance? Are you still, and also with what, I'm not making this a gender thing. We've talked about all Nigerians here, but is that still?
Oh yes, it is.
So how does a man do it? With all the advice you've given today, now how are you supposed to do it? How does it?
So, we pay attention to things that are important to us.
Very true.
And when I talk about budgeting, you have to budget for almost everything,
so
or rather for everything.
So budget for your girlfriend.
So yes, you are going to budget for your girlfriend. I'm not taking that back. It is still practical.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you to go and give your girlfriend 100% of your money. Right. I'm not telling you to go and give her 10%, right? But it is something that would always come to play. If you're someone who thinks your girlfriend should have a girlfriend allowance, definitely you're going to find a way to make it work, right? So it is still possible because we all have budgets, we all plan for our money.
Right.
We all should be planning for our money, right? So you want to have that in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So I still think it's possible. Like the chaos, the economy, but we are still doing everything that is important to us.
Right.
So if it is important to you, yes, it will be there.
You stuck to your guns. All right, nice one. I applaud you for that. Family and friends. Every working professional has family and friends that are in need. They come to ask for loans in particular, borrow me, and they always say borrow, but then sometimes money never comes back. How do you fit family and friends now and their needs into your own, how do you manage that? You need a special fund for that or what? How do you?
Okay, so for me personally, I don't know if everybody will be able to do this, like practicalize it. I have in my budget the part of giving. Right. Right. I was speaking to Joy the other day, and Moji also had something like that. So shout out to Moji. Yeah. So if you're someone who family and friends are important to you, then you want to have somewhere in there in your finances that you have this money allocated to them. Yeah. Because we're talking about how, or you all will agree with me that money always causes a rift. There's somewhere, somehow, how somebody you borrowed money did not bring it, relationship has scattered. Right? So you want to avoid all of that by ensuring that you have proper plans and you people communicate clearly. If somebody is coming to meet me for money, I want to ask you, do you want me to dash you that money? Right. Or do you want to pay back? Right. And when will you pay back? So by the time I give you the money and it's time for you to pay back, I will not answer you. Right. Because I know that you are going to come back. Another time. When you come back the other time, we have to revisit that previous conversation that you ran away from. Right. So you don't want to strain your relationships. So I would always say, do not let go of money that you know that you cannot let go of. Like if you know that this money, if I don't get it back, something is going to happen, please don't strain your relationship. Don't let it go. Give what you can afford to give. And pray that the person will be able to figure it all out. But isn't it? Okay, I can get it with friends and so on, but with family, a brother, a sister, you're still saying you can have to maintain that barrier there? I currently practice that with my siblings. Yeah. So if I cannot let go of that particular amount of money, I would only give you what I can let go of. Yeah. But there's also the part of accountability. So you want to check whether these people have integrity. And that is where I said, they will come back next time. Right. So if they failed the first time, that means, and you give them again and they fail the second time, it means that you're the one to blame at that point in time. Right. So in order not to strain your relationship because of finances, you want to tread carefully because I was saying yesterday that you cannot throw away your family. Right. You cannot throw away your really close friends. They're already like blood to you. Right. So don't allow that to become a rift. Just set your expectations and ensure that you communicate clearly to the other person so that they also know that this is where you stand. Right. So we are not quarreling about money, please. Right. Solid advice. All right, so look, it's June, it's half year. I know December is coming up and people are, I guess, I don't know if you start this early, planning to buy Christmas gifts, but how can you month to month allocate a monthly savings and spending schedule as we, I guess, move towards the end of the year between now and then? Okay, so currently in my community, we're saving for 2026. We're planning, planning from January. We're about 7,400 of us saving together. That's a big community. Yeah. Okay. So we've started since January for 2026 that we're going to invest those monies. We're going to buy all the things we want to buy. And it's not a lot of money, right? The minimum we're doing is 120K. Okay. So if you know that you have plans for Christmas, December, you have like a budget of 120K. Isn't it better that you split that money into 7 right now and do something smaller than waiting till September and running around? So that is the way I look at it. You want to know target, split it around the time frame and try to stick with it. So even if you are unable to invest save every single month towards that December goal, what then happens is by December, you don't have as much burden to deal with. Yeah. So that's what I think. So it's very possible to start planning for your Christmas gifts and all of things you want to do at the end of the year, because the longer time you give yourself to plan and achieve that goal, the easier it is. The shorter the period, the more cumbersome and strenuous it could get. So I don't know which you will pick, because I think I'm going to pick something that's going to be less stressful and more achievable than something that's going to really strain me. Because at the end of the day, whether you save money, you do not save money, December comes, we're all going to spend the money.
Exactly. Exactly. So look, Oluchukwu, this has been a great conversation. So at the end of the day, regardless of how things are in Nigeria, I think your message here is stay disciplined, and you should be able to save towards what it is that you and to get by in life. So
yes, at the end of the day, when it comes to our finances, discipline plays a long role. Is it you trying to get yourself a new job? Is it you trying to do that side hustle? Is it you trying to hit your savings target or investment target? If you apply discipline, compared to when you do not, it's like getting 0 or getting 100 naira. Right. I would always choose 100 naira to 0. So if you apply discipline, you'll be closer to your goal compared to if you did not at all.
Oluchukwu Chiadika, founder of Your Personal Finance. This has been a great conversation. We'll have to bring you back when other challenges pop up in Nigeria and get your advice. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.